What is up, guys? Hey, Productions here. Just to do a quick intro before we get the video started. We're gonna be doing a tier list, pretty much predicting the win count for each team. It'll go from 1 to 3 wins, 4 to 6 wins, 7 to 8 wins, 9 to 11 wins, 12 to 13 wins, and 14 to 17 wins. So, not necessarily giving an exact count. I would pretty much give an exact count for most of them, but like the range I would see these teams finishing in. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, let's get started. To start it off, we're going to be doing the AFC East, and the first team we're going to do is the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go with a 13-4 record this year. I believe we're probably going to lose a division game this year. I hope not, but again, there's always a year where we just like lose one, like Jets or the Patriots somehow. Away games include the Texans, Colts, Ravens, Rams, Seahawks, Lions. Probably drop one of those, surprisingly. But at home, I like our matchups. We got the 49ers, we got the Cardinals, we got the Chiefs, Titans, Jaguars. I think we should honestly win all of our home games, maybe not against the 49ers. We should win against the Chiefs in the regular season like we usually do. So yeah, overall I see us being like 13 and 4, fighting for, the top of the AFC with the Chiefs and the Ravens. Now we're gonna go with the Dolphins. I think they're gonna get like a nice little 10-win season. They're not gonna win a division. That's just not gonna happen. We're gonna win it 5 years in a row. But I still think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't hate the Dolphins. I just don't think they're gonna do as well as the Bills this year. They got the 49ers at home. They got the Raiders at home. They got the Titans, Jags. But honestly, I feel like their road matchups are pretty tough. So I'm just gonna go with 10 wins. I get the Patriots, and I feel like they're gonna get like a 6 win. They're gonna go like 6-11. It's gonna be an improvement, but this will still be a year where they're gonna struggle a little bit. First year head coach. I would like their chances more, honestly, if they had Bill Belichick. But now they have Jerome Mayo, and so overall, I'd give them like 6 wins. Their road matchups are tough. They're gonna have to go with Bengals, Titans, Jaguars, 49ers, Cardinals, Bears. That's gonna be tough. Now with the Jets, and I would honestly go like 7 to 8 wins with them. I'll probably lean towards 8 or 9, possibly, but I'm just gonna go my gut and say 9 because they haven't gotten a winning season in a while. They got to go on the road at the Jaguars, the Titans, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the Vikings. I could see them losing, all those games. Honestly, I could honestly. I think Cardinals are gonna make an improvement. But at home, they got the Seahawks, Rams, Broncos, Colts, Texans, and then for home and away, they obviously got to face the division. So overall, I would say, I'll probably say 8 wins. I would lean towards 8 and 9. So yeah, this is what it's gonna be for the AFC East. I believe this is exactly how the standings are gonna turn out. But overall, I see the AFC East having a decent year. With I think just the standings are gonna be the exact same as last year. And honestly, I mean, I could see a shock maybe of the Patriots jumping over the Jets somehow. I just believe that the Bills and the Dolphins, as much as I don't like the Dolphins just because I'm a Bills fan, I'd still see them, being the top two teams in the division. Now we're gonna do the AFC North. Now I'm gonna have the Ravens getting like a nice 12-win season here. 12, 13 wins again, pretty much the same lines as I would say the Bills, honestly. Will they take a step back, honestly, from last year? No, I didn't think the Ravens were the best team in the AFC anyway. Going into the postseason, but I still think they're gonna fight for like the second and third seeds. I believe that the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens are gonna be competing for that 1 seed this entire year, and I just see them winning the division again. We're gonna have the Cincinnati Bengals, and overall, when you look at their schedule, they got to go at the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Titans, the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Panthers, and at home they get the Eagles, Commanders, Raiders, Patriots, and the Broncos. But overall, I would give them like 9 wins probably. Like I would say they go 9 and 8, 10 and 7. I believe Joe Burrow has a decent year. Again, I don't like Joe Burrow that much, but you can't deny it. He's gonna get him like 10 wins or whatever. Nothing too crazy, but I believe they'll still be decent. Look at the Cleveland Browns, and I'm also gonna give them like a 9. Probably gonna go 9 and 8, I would say. They got to go on the road against the Saints, the Eagles, the Jaguars, the Raiders, and the Broncos, which isn't tough. And at home, they get to have the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and the Giants. So, in my opinion, they got the tougher matchups at home, which would be nice, obviously, in the Brown Stadium where their fans are awesome, the dog pound, that they like to call it. So, yeah, I think they'll have the advantage in that game. And even though I don't think Deshaun Watson's that good, I could still see him, just pulling it off like, Nick Chubb. So, yeah, I would say they're going to go like 9 and 8. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I honestly also have them going like 9 and 8, 10 and 7. I believe this will be the best division in football. Again, again, they got their favorable matchups at home. They got the Chiefs at home. They got the Giants at home. They got the Cowboys. They got the Jets at home. And even though I don't think the Jets to be that good, I still think they'll be a competitive team. Obviously, on the road, they got to go against the division opponents, but they have the Broncos, Raiders, Colts, Eagles, Commanders, and Falcons, which honestly isn't that tough of a road schedule. Besides, obviously their division opponents, and then maybe the Eagles and Colts. Not honestly, other those teams, I don't think they're going to do that well. So yeah, Steelers, I think they're going to go 9 and 8 again. I still think they're going to get a winning record. But honestly, I feel like these three teams might legitimately make up the entire wild card because I think that division's just so good. And even last year, the Bengals still made it 9-8 without Jake Browning or without Joe Burrow, I should say, with Jake Browning. So yeah, I still think they'll do decent. Now we have the AFC South. With the first team, we got the Houston Texans. I'm actually gonna give them 12 wins. I think they're still gonna be overrated, but at the same time, you can't deny the fact that they're gonna get like 12 wins this year, pretty much. I don't see them getting the 1 seed. I see them, getting like the 3 or 4 seed. But still, I still think they're going to be good. I really think, the top 4 teams in the AFC, honestly, will just be, beat the 4, honestly, division winners last year. I don't think it's going to change one bit. But let's move on to the Colts now. And they have a decent schedule, I would say. They got the Bills, Steelers, Lions, Bears, and Dolphins all at home. Meanwhile, they have to go on the road for the Patriots, Broncos, Giants, Packers, Vikings. Honestly, I'm gonna give them 10 or 12 wins here. Um, could I see? I think I think we're gonna see a Texans sweep though of that series, but still, honestly, pretty favorable schedule. I would say they got all the tough games at home, and their toughest game on the road will probably be like the Packers, maybe the Vikings if they turn out decent, and the Jets possibly. But honestly, they might have a better away schedule than the Texans do. So overall, I would see them maybe getting like actually I'm gonna bump it down. I think they're gonna get like 11 wins this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they compete for the division again next year though. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and honestly, I don't. I'm giving them like 8 wins. They're really not that good. They got to go on the road at the Dolphins, Raiders, Bills, Eagles, Bears, Lions, and they get at home for the Patriots, Jets, Packers, Vikings, Browns. I think they get like 7, 8 wins this year. I'm probably gonna lead towards 7, honestly. Obviously in my old videos, maybe like a short, I said Trevor Lawrence had tons of success. He's had little success. When I said tons of success, I meant compared to the other quarterbacks in his class. But really, I don't think he's that good. So I'm gonna give him, they're gonna get like 7 wins, 8 wins. Congrats. They're gonna get like a maybe like a top 12 pick, and they're gonna get someone else. Maybe not a quarterback, but they're gonna get someone good next year, rather than trading back and getting Brian Thomas Jr., who I believe is still good. Just they're gonna get someone better. They got the Tennessee Titans, and honestly, I just see them having like an 8 to 9 win season. I'll probably lean towards 8 though, same as the Jaguars. They got to go on the road at the Dolphins, Chargers, Bills, Bears, Lions, and Commanders. And at home, they get the Patriots, Jets, Bengals, Packers, Vikings. So, decent home schedule, decent away schedule. Nothing too crazy on both sides, obviously. Again, it's just, I think away is probably tougher than the home schedule. That's why I'm leaning towards like 7 to 8 wins. I would probably lean towards 8, I would say. So yeah, Titans, they'll be alright. So yeah, this is how I see the AFC South shaking up. I really believe that the Colts will I think they're gonna play second in the division, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they take one of the spots that I think these 3 AFC North teams will take. I wouldn't be surprised if I see that happen. Honestly, I think these 5 teams right here for now will be competing for wild card spots in the AFC. Obviously you got the AFC West too, but I really don't see any more teams than that division doing well. But I think these 5 teams will honestly be the competitors for that 5th, 6th, and 7th seed. So yeah, this is how I see the AFC South shaking up. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts honestly would win a division. Now we got the AFC West. And we have the Denver Broncos. And honestly, I see them winning like 6 games, honestly. They didn't do that well with Russell Wilson. How are they gonna do with Bo Nix, Zach Wilson? I don't know if Brett Ripen's still on the team or not. Not anything crazy. I really don't think they're gonna do that well, and I'm not even gonna go in depth with it because I just don't think they're gonna be that good this year. So yeah, they're gonna get like 6 wins. Now we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and as much as I want to put a team into or an AFC team, I should say, into the 14 to 17 wins category, I'm gonna be like a little. Let's say 13 as well. I don't see anything crazy coming out of the AFC with how much. I feel like the AFC is still way more tough than the NFC. I think every NFL fan knows that. And I think just the Chiefs matchups, they got to go on the road at the Steelers, the Browns, the Bills, the Falcons, Panthers, 49ers. I think obviously the Falcons, Panthers will be whatever. And their, away games against, their division teams, they'll always win those. But even at home against like the Texans or the Ravens or the Bengals, I think those are all beyond like really tough games. And, on the road, obviously against the Bills and the 49ers, that will also be really tough. So yeah, I'm gonna give them like 13 wins. I honestly, I think really it's just gonna depend on that Bills Chiefs game in the regular season. Just to see who gets that, 1 or 2 seed, or even like the Ravens Chiefs game to get who gets the 1 or 2 seed. Now at the Raiders, I'll give them like 8 wins. I don't see anything too crazy. I don't know about the quarterback situation, and I don't love their schedule that much. I got to go on the road at the Rams, Bucks, Saints, Dolphins, Bengals, and Ravens, and then obviously against their division opponents. And then at home they get the Browns, Steelers, Jaguars, Falcons, Panthers, and then all their division opponents. So really, I don't love their schedule. I wish they would have gotten their more tough games at home because I feel like that would have favored them more. But yeah, nothing crazy. I'll see them like 8 wins again. They'll probably just go 8-9 again. Now we got the Los Angeles Chargers, and honestly, I'm gonna give them like 5 wins this year. Call me a Justin Herbert hater all you want. I don't think he's that good. Does he have talent? Of course. People like always try to put him in the top five. What has this guy done? He hasn't even won a playoff game yet. I rip Lamar. I'll be honest. I rip Lamar for choking in the playoffs and only having like what, 2 playoff wins. This dude has zero and he blew a 27-0 lead and people are calling him better than Lamar. I think Lamar's overrated, but I would take Lamar over Herbert any day. So yeah. The away games. Browns, Steelers, Patriots, Falcons, Panthers, Cardinals. That's a pretty decent away schedule, but I'd rather have those games at home again. They got the Ravens, Bengals, Saints, Buccaneers, and Titans at home. Honestly, I could see them losing all home games, really, against their, respective division teams. And yeah, so I just don't think they're going to be that good, honestly. I don't think maybe with Harbaugh it'll make a difference. Maybe, I'll be outed as a dummy or whatever, but I just don't think Herbert is that good. And I feel like with Harbaugh going there and him not, I mean, they got Ladd McConkey, but the dude always gets injured. So yeah, overall, 5 wins. I just seeing them, getting another top seven, top five pick, honestly. So Chargers fans, I'm sorry, but your team's gonna be bad again next year. Now we have the NFC East, and honestly, Cowboys fans, I'm sorry, you guys are gonna get like 9 to 10 wins this year. I don't believe you're gonna win the division again. And I honestly feel bad because I like Dak, I want him to win, but I just think that the whole culture of the Cowboys doesn't fit Dak. Like he's not like it's the fans. Like some of the fans honestly like hate Dak genuinely, and I don't get it because like he's honestly a top 10 quarterback, despite obviously his playoff performance sometimes. Which why can't it be blamed on the coaching sometimes? Why is it always got to be on the quarterback? You know what I mean? Like Josh Allen, even sometimes when Patrick Mahomes does bad, or like Lamar Jackson. It shouldn't always be blamed on the quarterback. Coaching is a huge part of these games, and I just don't believe that Mike McCarthy is good for Dak. I felt like they should just get a different coach. And honestly, this is probably gonna be the last year for Dak in I think Dak honestly should just force himself out if don't get rid of McCarthy. Like I think that if they extend him whenever and if they keep McCarthy, I don't think if they're gonna keep McCarthy, Dak would want to stay there anymore. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. I might be wrong, but I genuinely believe that's what Dak wants to do. Now we're gonna go on to the New York Giants, and this is absolutely ridiculous. They're gonna go like 1-16 next year. Um, again, not a favorable schedule in my opinion. So they get a win maybe against the Panthers. Yeah, maybe. Maybe against the Commanders either. I genuinely believe they're gonna be like the worst team in the NFL next year. I got rid of Tyrod. Why? Like Tyrod's awesome. We're gonna get rid of him. You're gonna have like what? Tommy DeVito and Daniel Jones. That's horrible. And maybe Drew Lock will do well. Honestly, I like Drew Lock. If Drew Lock starts, I'm gonna bump it up to 5 games. But I believe they're gonna go full ahead with Tommy DeVito or Daniel Jones. And if Daniel Jones doesn't get hurt, they're gonna go like 1-6. They're gonna be like 1-10 by the time he gets benched. So yeah. Um, Giants fans, I'm sorry, you guys are gonna be horrible. You guys, they're gonna get the number one pick, and they're gonna take Shador Sanders next year. Um, but now we have the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're gonna be decent. They're gonna be like 13-4, 12-5. Not the 1 seed because obviously, in my opinion, I know who the 1 seed's gonna be. You'll probably see it pretty soon. But yeah, they're gonna be like 12-5, 13-4. Nothing too insane though. They're not gonna be like powerhouse, destroying every single team. But again, they'll probably get upset a few times. But overall, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Nick Sirianni is a decent coach. Their defense should be good under maybe a new coordinator. Honestly, should be good. Like let's be real, our defense is filled with tons of talent. The offense should be good again. Really, it should be like 12-5, 13-4. Now we have the Commanders, and I would say either 7 or 6 wins. I'm leaning towards 6 though. But yeah, not every rookie quarterback now is going to do good just because CJ Stroud. But I still see him, getting like 6 wins, maybe pulling off an upset on the road, maybe against the Bengals or Ravens if they just want to like if they doubt them. Really, I just don't think that they're going to do as well. But I still think Jaden Daniels has what it takes to be a good quarterback, and obviously, I would say his supporting cast around is actually pretty good. So overall, I would say again like 6 wins. But yeah, that's it for the NFC East. I see it shaping out like this. I see the Giants. I genuinely believe they're gonna get the number one pick next year. So yeah, that's it for this NFC East, I would say. Now we are on to the NFC North, and Chicago Bears. This solely relies on, in my opinion, Caleb Williams' performance. Like, if he does well, they'll get like 9 to 10 wins, maybe even 12. If they do bad, they're gonna get like 6, 7, 8 wins. So, but I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna say they go like 9-8. Again, they went 7-10 last year with Justin Fields, and I forgot that one dude's name. He was from that really random college. Tyson, I think it's that Beige Tyson Beige. I might be it was either Tyson or Tyler. Either way, at home they had the Panthers, the Rams, the Seahawks, Jaguars, Titans, Patriots, and the Lions, Packers, Vikings. Besides the Lions and Packers, they should honestly easily get those wins. And on the road they have the Cardinals, 49ers, Commanders, Texans, Colts. Again, Commanders, Colts, Cardinals, and the Vikings. Maybe even like the Lions, Packers surprise. Again, they should win those games. So they should honestly be like 9-8, 10-7. Maybe not a playoff worst, but I still believe that this will be a step in the right direction for the Chicago Bears franchise. Whether or not they make the playoffs, maybe they'll be like the 8 seed. But yeah, they're gonna do good. Now we got the Detroit Lions, and I'm gonna give them honestly like 11 wins. I see them taking a small step back. They have the Bucks, Rams, Seahawks, Jaguars, Titans, and Bills at home. Obviously, I'm gonna have the Bills winning that game. But again, the Packers are gonna be more tough this year. The Bears are gonna be more tough this year. The Vikings, probably not more tough, but again, they'll still put up a fight. They're the Vikings. Um, and on the road, they obviously have their division opponents, but then the Cowboys, the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Texans, and the Colts. Those are gonna be tough games, man. I honestly see them winning like 11 games this year. Again, they're not gonna win like 9 games. They're gonna win 11 because this is kind of like a wide margin, I would say. Well, I honestly see them losing the division, which is why I have the Green Bay Packers going 13-4 this year. I'm not even joking. They're gonna be good this year. Like I genuinely believe they're gonna be good. They have the obviously the division opponents in the Cardinals, 49ers, Saints, Colts, Texans, and Dolphins at home. Again, that'll be tough, but I fully believe in Jordan Love, even though I think he's a tiny bit overrated. I still believe in him, just to do really well, honestly, in the system with Matt LaFleur. And on the road, they have obviously division opponents in the Eagles, Rams, Seahawks, Jaguars, and Titans. They should honestly lose 5 games, really. Like and really, they should just win. They should be able to win every single one of those games, in my opinion. So yeah, Packers. I really believe in them that they're gonna be the next great team, honestly, in the NFC after being like what mediocre 9-8 for 2 straight years. That's crazy to think about. Like they were never really bad, but they're gonna go back to being like they were with prime Aaron Rodgers, like 13 wins each year. I'll get the Minnesota Vikings, and I see him getting like leaning towards 7 wins this year. JJ McCarthy is like a little bit worse, maybe like a little bit faster Kirk Cousins. Obviously Jay Jettis is still there. He's still gonna, probably do really well. And I believe Kevin O'Connell is a top 5 coach in the NFL. I solely believe that he will do well with JJ McCarthy. Again, the schedule's a little bit tough, but I still believe they'll get like 7 to 8 wins. Nothing too crazy. I just believe that they're gonna do decent this year. Now we have the NFC South. And first off, we're gonna do the Atlanta Falcons. And with Kirk, they should easily get like 10 to 11 wins. At home, obviously, they have all their NFC South. They should honestly sweep the NFC South this year, let's be real. But again, there's probably going to be some losses. But at home, they get the Cowboys, Giants, Seahawks, Chiefs, Chargers, and Steelers. And obviously the Bucks, even though they're in the division, that's still going to be a tough matchup. So they have the tough games at home, and on the road they have the Commanders, Eagles, Vikings, Broncos, and Raiders. They should honestly win all those games on the road. Maybe besides the maybe the Eagles and the Bucks, honestly. Obviously, because Bucks, they're gonna have to face them on the road, but I mean, like, they should really win like 5 out of those, 5, 6 of those games, really. I would just give them like 9 wins this year, 9, 10 wins. I don't believe they're gonna be anything crazy, but with that talent, and I think Raheem Morris is a decent head coach, they should honestly just do pretty well. I'll get the Carolina Panthers, and I'm gonna give them like I want them to do good, but I'm leaning towards 7 wins. On the road they have the Eagles, the Commanders, Bears, Broncos, and the Raiders. And at home they have the Cowboys, Giants, Cardinals, Chiefs, Chargers, and Bengals. So at home they're gonna get those tough matchups, but the fans should show up. Well, they usually don't show up. If you look at all the highlights, they really don't show up at all. But if they want to, I mean, they'll create maybe like maybe the fans will show up for once and do decently well. I would say maybe not do decently well, but at least like cheer on their team a ton. But yeah, so either way, really, I don't believe they're gonna be take a huge step forward, but I can see him getting like 7 wins. Now I get the New Orleans Saints. I don't I 4 wins, honestly. I just don't think they're that good. Like I think Derek Carr's the most overrated quarterback of all time at home. Obviously, division opponents. Eagles, Commanders, Rams, Broncos, Raiders, Browns. Honestly, they could lose all those games. Now at their way. Obviously, they got to face their division opponents, but they also got the Cowboys, Giants, Packers, Chiefs, Chargers. They might lose all those games. They're gonna get like 4 or 5 wins this year. They're gonna take a quarterback first round. I don't know who it is. Might be Carson Beck, but I don't believe Spencer Rattler's gonna come in and save that franchise. If Derek Carr ends up stink, it ends up being horrible like if he's gonna be. So yeah. Saints fans, I'm sorry, but I don't think you guys are gonna be that good. But I look at the Bucks, and I honestly see them, getting like 9 to 10 wins. I think them and the Falcons will pretty much be battling for that division this year. Again, I don't believe the Bucks are that good. People obviously, want to overrate them based on their playoff performance. And I just want to talk about something for a second. Jordan Love like really considered like a top 5 quarterback for his playoff performance from the Cowboys? I don't think he was. Was he being talked about as like a really good quarterback? Yes, but he wasn't considered being better than Jalen Hurts. But still, people like to overrate the Bucks because of their playoff performance. People like to overrate Baker a little bit. Let them get like 9 to 10 wins. I really think Baker's ceiling and the Bucks ceiling was last year, and this year with the Eagles, the 49ers, the Commanders, the Ravens, Broncos, Raiders at home. They got some decent matchups on the at home, but at the road they got the Cowboys, Giants, Lions, Chiefs, and the Chargers. That's gonna be a little bit tough. And as much as I don't like the Chargers are always a tough matchup. So yeah, I see like 9 to 10 wins. Nothing too crazy. I pretty much think they're gonna do the exact same as last year. But yeah, that's it for the NFC South. Now we have the Arizona Cardinals, and I honestly believe that they're gonna get like 7 to 8 wins. I think that Jonathan Gannon guy's a really good coach, and obviously on the road they have their division matchups, and then the Packers, Vikings, Panthers, Dolphins, Bills. That's gonna be tough. But at home they get the Bears, Lions, Commanders, Patriots, Jets, and Chargers. I believe that they should honestly go like 7 and 10. They should win like maybe a few of those games on the road. Again, it will be tough, but I could see them winning against the Seahawks probably. Maybe even against the Rams and the Panthers, maybe even the Dolphins and the Vikings. So yeah, they should honestly win like 7 to 8 games this year. I think Gannon's a good coach. If he's able to get that many wins last year, then he should do pretty well this year. But now I get the Rams, and I want them to do good again. And I know a lot of people are gonna say they're gonna do even better than last year, but I'm not buying the hype that much. Like I think they're gonna go like I would say like 8 and 9, honestly. Again, they weren't that good last year, but they had that surge at the end of the year. I think they were 3-6 at one point. Obviously, they finished the year and they lost to the Lions. Again, this playoff bias is huge, guys. You guys are thinking that it's gonna be immediate. They're gonna be back and they're gonna be better. I don't believe that. I genuinely just don't believe that. I'm at home, obviously, their division opponents: Packers, Vikings, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Raiders. They'll have that home field advantage, but that's a tough schedule. And on the road, Lions, Bears, Saints, Patriots, Jets. Like I'm gonna bump them up to 9, but I don't believe they're gonna take a huge step. I don't know if some people are saying they're gonna win the NFC or not. Maybe some people are saying that. Um, Either way, I just don't believe that's gonna happen. But now we got the San Francisco 49ers, and they're gonna go like 15-2, 14-3. Home schedule, whatever. There's an opponent takes to sweep that division. Like the Bears, Lions, Cowboys, Jets, Patriots, and the Chiefs. They should honestly win all those games at home. And then away, they got the Packers, Vikings, Bucks, Dolphins, and Bills. Um, I think they're gonna lose to the Bills. Again, I'm biased Bills fan, but I genuinely think they're gonna lose to that, and probably the Packers too. But there's no reason why this team shouldn't be like 15-2. I think Brock Purdy's overrated. This system's so good. Unless Debo gets traded or Ayuk gets traded, like he's gonna have an insane wide receiver room. And again, as much as I hated that Ricky Pearsall pick, he's a good player, and that team should be absolutely stacked with CMC still, with George Kittle. So that team should honestly be really good. I got the Seattle Seahawks, and honestly, I might just have a gut feeling about this, but I think they're gonna suck this year. I don't think Geno's that good. I like Geno, but I don't think he's that good. At home they obviously and away they obviously have their division opponents, but they have to face the Packers, the Vikings, the Giants, Dolphins, Bills, and Broncos at home. Again, it'll be a hostile environment there, but I believe that they're gonna get blown out by most of those teams, and away, and then in the away schedule, it's gonna get pretty tough. They got the Lions, the Bears, the Jets, the Patriots, the Falcons. Again, the Falcons are gonna be good this year, and I just genuinely believe they're gonna be like along the lines of these teams. I just don't think any team in the NFL this year is gonna be as good as the San Francisco 49ers, and I honestly think they're gonna get swept, honestly, possibly, by the Rams and the 49ers, and that's already 4 losses. Maybe probably split the series with the Cardinals, but I really think that this might be the end for Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. I don't hate Geno. But he's not going to bring you guys a Super Bowl. And with a new head coach and obviously Pete Carroll leaving, it's not like a new head coach. Like, oh, it's not like the Bills changing from Sean McDermott to someone else. It's you're getting rid of Pete Carroll. That's a huge loss. That's like a Patriots level loss, and maybe a little bit less, but it's along the lines like a Patriot level loss or the Alabama level loss, like losing a Nick Saban, like losing a Bill Belichick. So yeah, overall, I see him getting 6 wins. I see him just getting rid of Geno again. He's not gonna win you guys a Super Bowl. He's not. Like, yeah, he bring you guys the one playoff berth, and he lost. Like, again, he's not gonna get you guys past the entire NFC. He's not gonna win the Super Bowl. Even if he makes the Super Bowl, he's not gonna do well against any of these AFC teams, honestly, up here. So yeah. Seahawks, again, I like Geno, but he's not gonna win the Super Bowl. So yeah. That is it for the tier list. Hopefully you guys agree. Again, I think there's gonna be a ton of teams that are gonna be like middle of the pack, 9-8. And obviously there's only one team that's gonna do really bad this year, which is the New York Giants. But yeah, hopefully you guys agree with this tier list. If you do, or if you just like this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for another Hey Productions video.